There's a proverb that says, a child who is carried on the back do not know how far the journey is. Now, for those living in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, and for those who have lived in Nigeria and have traveled, do not have a clue of what we are talking about. I'll tell you a little story. I used to have a friend in my hostel who was younger than me. He was in 200 level and his name was Charles. Now, Charles had a friend who was called Jude. And I used to see them, they used to greet me, we used to greet, and Jude would always come into the hostel and they study just like that. And on a beautiful day, Charles came to meet me and he told me, guess what, boss? I said, what's the problem? He showed me his result and he had 2 A's, 5 B and 1 C. I'm like, man, you hit the rock. I'm like, oh no, it's not me, it's Jude. So like, what do you mean? He said, Jude is always helping him. If it was not Jude, he would have not gotten this result. I'm like, man, that your friend is a good friend. Make sure you don't play with him. Now, 6 months later, on a very beautiful Saturday morning, Charles rushed into my room and he was crying. I asked him, what's the problem? He said his friend traveled on Thursday and promised to return on Monday because their exams are going to start on Tuesday, and he has been kidnapped. Kidnapped? How? He has no explanation to how or where his friend was kidnapped. All he knows that his friend Jude has been kidnapped and they are demanding for 3 million naira. Jude is the only son of a woman of 3 daughters and 1 boy. Highly intelligent boy with a future and a dream to become someone. So we called the mother and that was the situation on ground. The mother told us she has called the cousin that lives in the US and the cousin is going to send some money. She's trying to sell 1 or 2 properties. Whatever they have, they are going to beg them and they're going to release her son. So I said, okay, what we do is this. We don't just sit down and wait, let's go. So we went to the department, we went to the faculty and we explained to the HOD and he gave us permission. We went there and we started collecting money from the students to see how we can rescue Jude, because everybody knows Jude. Jude is the only student that can raise his hand to ask a question and the lecturer is scared because of the intellect. Jude is the only student that can bang A straight up from the first course to the last course. Jude is the only student that you know that if he does not come out with 5.0 in his GPA, then you know that something went wrong. That's how intelligent this guy was. And in less than 2 hours, we were able to gather about 230 something thousand. We called the mother and we gave the money to the mother. Now, the cousin abroad sent money on Thursday the following week. And the money was about 1 point plus the one we gave to her and everything to give to the kidnappers. The cousin sent the money as of 5:30 p.m. Nigerian time. Jude was killed 20 minutes to 5 Nigerian time. He was not killed because he was intelligent. He was not killed because witches and wizards gathered against him. He was killed because we had a system and nobody cares. That's the country I grew up in. That's a long story. That was like 8 years ago. The young boy died at 22 with a bright future. That's the country I live in. A country where people die in the hospital because of 5,000, 10,000. naira hospital bills. That's the country I live in. A country where people are in the hospitals, people are in jail for 5 years awaiting trial. That's the country I live in. A country where a professor cannot buy a car and a political talk is changing cars. That's the country I live in. A country where more than half of our youth have become hookup girls and fraudsters. That's the country I live in. A country where getting a job after graduation is a miracle. That's the country I live in. A country where a 40 years old man is trying to get himself together. That's the country I live in. Until you can be able to look into a military man's eyes and tell him, I am a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. We are not there yet. It might not be today, it might not be tomorrow. It might not be next tomorrow. But tell those bastards that freedom is coming. And it's coming with justice. I am the general. And this is still the piece of my passion. Thank you.